Welcome to Buddha Path, where we explore teachings that help cultivate peace and optimism before you rest for the night. If you ever find yourself lying awake, unable to quiet the constant chatter in your mind, you're not alone. Many of us struggle with overthinking, replaying past moments, or worrying about things that haven't even happened. If this sounds familiar, know that you are not alone. Overthinking can create anxiety and stress, taking away our sense of tranquility and peace. But what if there was a way to break free from this cycle? What if you could learn to regain control over your thoughts and bring calmness back into your life? Today, we will explore 6 powerful Buddhist teachings that offer relief from overthinking, helping you restore peace and mental clarity. Overthinking is a common challenge in our modern world. We are constantly surrounded by distractions, information overload, and endless demands on our time. This mental clutter only adds to the sense of overwhelm and exhaustion. But Buddhist principles offer simple, profound solutions that can ease this burden. By embracing mindfulness, releasing the need for control, simplifying our lives, and accepting the impermanence of existence, we can reclaim our inner peace. In today's video, we will guide you through 6 key Buddhist practices that can help you stop overthinking. These teachings are not only practical, but also transformative, offering a path to mental clarity, reducing anxiety, and helping you live more peacefully in each moment. By the end of this video, you will have actionable tools to quiet your mind and experience a fresh perspective on living with joy and peace. So stay with us as we explore how these timeless Buddhist teachings can guide you toward a calm, centered mind. And if you haven't already subscribed to Buddha Path and join us on this journey toward peace, we would love to hear your thoughts. Please feel free to share your own experiences with overthinking in the comments below. And share. Part 2. Embrace the present moment. Overthinking often feels like a relentless storm that keeps swirling around us, making it hard to find rest. We all experience it at times, rethinking past decisions, fearing the unknown future, and dissecting every moment. However, there is a simple truth we often overlook. We only have this moment. The past has passed, and the future has yet to come. The present is all we truly have. Buddhism teaches us to focus on the here and now to stop getting lost in distractions. When we return our attention to the present moment, we stop wasting energy on things we cannot control. The Buddha himself once said, "Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment." This powerful reminder helps us release unnecessary worries and find peace in the present where we can truly live. Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. This timeless wisdom reminds us that life unfolds in the present, not in the past or future. Both are beyond our control. How often do we find ourselves reflecting on past actions, wondering what could have been different, or consumed by anxieties about the future, wondering what may go wrong? The truth is, the past is behind us, and the future remains unknown. Fixating on either of these only takes us away from the true richness of life, which is found right here, right now. While it may seem harmless, spending too much time on past regrets or future fears diminishes our ability to experience the fullness of life. The present is where peace, joy, and contentment exist. When we release our attachment to what has already passed or what is yet to come, we make room for a deeper connection with the now. Consider the story of the monk and the river. A monk and his young student were walking alongside a river. The monk stepped confidently into the water, but the student hesitated, afraid the current would carry him away. Noticing the fear in his student's eyes, the monk said, "The river always flows. To cross safely, trust each step and stay present." This story teaches us how overthinking can paralyze us. The student's fear of what could happen in the future held him back, while the monk's focus on each present moment allowed him to move forward with ease. By staying present, we too can face challenges with confidence, free from the weight of what-ifs. Practical exercises to stay present. Now that we understand the importance of the present moment, how can we start integrating mindfulness into our busy lives? Here are a few simple exercises to help you stop overthinking and reconnect with the now. 1. Mindful breathing. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath and focus solely on your breath. Feel the air as it enters and leaves your body. If your mind drifts, gently bring your attention back to your breath. This practice helps anchor you in the present, offering you a moment of stillness every time your thoughts wander. 2. Mindful eating. The next time you sit down to eat, put away your phone and focus entirely on the food. Pay attention to the taste, texture, and aroma of each bite. This exercise transforms an everyday activity into a moment of mindfulness, helping you stay present and appreciate the nourishment before you. 3. Body scan. Find a quiet place to sit and turn your focus inward. Start with your toes and slowly work your way up, paying attention to each part of your body. Notice any tension, discomfort, or sensations. This practice helps you reconnect with your body and the present moment, grounding you in the here and now. 4. One thing at a time. Instead of multitasking, focus on doing one thing at a time. Whether you're reading, talking to someone, or working, give that task your full attention. This reduces stress and helps you be fully engaged in what is happening right now, rather than scattering your energy across many things. These simple practices can help you stay rooted in the present, breaking the cycle of overthinking and allowing you to experience more peace and clarity in your life. By embracing each moment with intention and presence, you can cultivate a sense of calm and joy that transcends the worries of the past and future. Maintaining awareness throughout the day. Staying present isn't just about specific exercises. It's about weaving mindfulness into every moment of your day. Here are some practical tips to help you maintain awareness and remain grounded in the now. 1. Anchor yourself with small cues. Use small reminders like a gentle phone alarm or sticky notes to bring your attention back to the present. When you see or hear these cues, take a deep breath and focus on where you are and what you're doing. These simple actions help you redirect your mind and stop it from wandering into the past or future. 2. Transitions as mindfulness triggers. Use moments of transition, such as getting into your car, entering a room, or switching tasks as opportunities to pause and breathe. These small pauses create natural mindfulness triggers throughout your day, grounding you in the present. 3. Gratitude practice. Take a moment each day to reflect on something you're grateful for. It could be a good conversation, a beautiful sunset, or a simple act of kindness. By shifting your focus from what's lacking to what's already present, gratitude deepens your awareness and appreciation of the now. The benefits of staying in the present moment. Living in the present has profound effects on our mental well-being. When we stop worrying about what hasn't happened yet, we reduce anxiety. By letting go of the endless cycle of overthinking, we release stress and find calm in the present. Rather than waiting for the perfect moment that never seems to come, we start to savor life as it is. Staying present increases our sense of joy and fulfillment as we notice the small blessings that often go unnoticed. It also fosters deeper connections with ourselves and others. We become better listeners, more compassionate, and at peace with the world around us. By embracing the present moment, we stop overthinking and allow ourselves to experience peace and contentment. It's a practice that requires patience, but it's one of the most powerful ways to cultivate a fulfilling and balanced life. Letting go of what you can't control. In this section, we will explore how releasing the need to control things beyond our reach can significantly ease mental clutter and anxiety. This practice complements mindfulness by freeing us from the grip of control. One of the most profound Buddhist teachings is the concept of letting go. We often spend excessive energy trying to control things that are beyond our grasp, whether it's our past, the future, or other people's actions. This desire to control creates unnecessary stress, frustration, and anxiety. However, the truth is, we can't control everything. Acknowledging this reality opens the door to peace and clarity. Buddha's teachings on letting go remind us that suffering doesn't come from the events themselves, but from how we react to them. When we attempt to control situations that are beyond our power, we only increase our mental burden. By releasing this need for control, we create space for calmness and acceptance in our lives. Letting go of control. The path to peace. When we stop trying to control everything, we free ourselves from the constant mental struggle that drains us. There's a famous Buddhist story that perfectly illustrates the power of letting go. The story of the man and the boulder. A man was struggling to push a large boulder up a hill. He exerted all his strength, but the rock refused to move. Exhausted and frustrated, he sat down to rest. A monk passing by noticed the man's struggle and asked, "Why do you push a rock that is not meant to move?" The man replied, "I must move it. I have to." The monk then gently said, "Let it go. The rock was never meant to move. By trying to push it, you are only adding more suffering to yourself. Let go of the struggle, and you will find peace." This story beautifully illustrates how trying to control things we cannot change leads to unnecessary suffering. Just like the man pushing the boulder, when we try to control situations beyond our control, we exhaust ourselves mentally and emotionally. Letting go does not mean giving up. It means releasing the attachment to things that are not within our grasp. In doing so, we make room for peace, clarity, and acceptance. Opri Shiki Urasan. Recognizing what you can't control. One of the first steps to letting go is recognizing what is within our control and what is not. Take a moment to reflect on your daily life. What are the things that bring you stress and anxiety? More often than not, these are things beyond our control. For example, we cannot control the weather, other people's behavior, or the outcomes of situations that have already passed. By acknowledging that certain things are beyond our influence, we can begin to free ourselves from the mental burden of trying to manage them. Asking yourself questions like, "Can I change this?" Or, do I have control over this situation, can help identify where you are expending unnecessary energy. If the answer is no, it's time to let go and refocus your energy on what you can control: your thoughts, actions, and reactions. Shoot. Steps to release control and stop overthinking. Here are a few actionable steps to help you let go of what you cannot control and stop overthinking. 1. Acknowledge your limits. Start by recognizing that not everything is within your control. By accepting this reality, you relieve yourself from the stress of trying to manage the unmanageable. When you stop attempting to control the uncontrollable, you create space for a more peaceful mindset. 2. Let go of unnecessary attachments. Ask yourself, what am I clinging to that no longer serves me? Are there past mistakes, other people's opinions, or future outcomes that you are holding onto too tightly? By gently releasing these attachments, you free your mind from the heavy burden they place on you. Letting go does not mean surrendering to passivity. It's about recognizing where your energy is best spent. In releasing attachments, we stop overthinking and allow ourselves to live more fully in the present. When we let go, we create space for peace, clarity, and the ability to embrace life as it unfolds. Practice acceptance. Acceptance is not about resigning yourself to a situation. Rather, it's about understanding that some things are beyond our control. When you practice acceptance, you stop fighting against the flow of life. You allow yourself to be at peace with what is without constantly struggling to change what cannot be changed. Acceptance is the gateway to peace in the present moment, allowing you to find contentment and clarity even when circumstances are difficult. Shift your focus to what you can control. Focus on the things you can influence: your thoughts, actions, and choices. When you direct your energy toward what is within your control, you empower yourself to make positive changes. This helps you avoid getting caught up in things that are out of your reach, giving you a sense of autonomy and peace. Instead of worrying about the uncontrollable, invest your time and energy into things you can truly impact. This shift in focus reduces mental clutter and brings you back to the present. Let go of the need for perfection. One of the biggest contributors to overthinking is the relentless pursuit of perfection. Striving for perfection in everything we do often leads to frustration, exhaustion, and disappointment. Instead of chasing after an idealized version of yourself or your life, embrace the reality that it's okay to make mistakes and that imperfections are part of the human experience. Letting go of the need for perfection frees you from mental clutter and opens the door to a more relaxed, fulfilling life. Letting go isn't about giving up. It's about creating space for peace. It's important to recognize that letting go is not about being passive or surrendering. It's about releasing the need to control things that are outside your ability to change and focusing on what you can influence. When we let go of unnecessary worries, attachments, and expectations, we open up space for peace, clarity, and new possibilities. Instead of obsessing over every detail and trying to control every outcome, we learn to trust that life will unfold as it should. This trust allows us to embrace the present, reducing overthinking and fostering a deeper sense of peace. Finding peace in every moment. Letting go is a practice, not a one-time event. Over time, as you practice releasing control over the things that are beyond your grasp, you will find that your mind becomes calmer. Your stress levels will decrease, and your ability to live fully in the present moment will grow stronger. With each practice of letting go, you cultivate a peaceful mind that is no longer distracted by unnecessary worries or mental clutter. 8. Simplicity brings true peace and joy. In the hustle and bustle of modern life, it's easy to believe that more is better. We often chase after achievements, possessions, and goals, thinking they will bring us happiness and fulfillment. However, Buddhism teaches us a different truth. True happiness comes not from accumulating more, but from simplifying our lives. When we let go of the constant desire for more, we open ourselves to the peace and joy that already exist in the small, everyday moments. A simple life is not a dull life. In fact, it can be far richer, more fulfilling, and more meaningful than the chaotic pursuit of perfection and success. By focusing on what truly matters, relationships, experiences, and inner contentment, and letting go of the excess, we create a life that is peaceful, intentional, and full of joy. Embracing simplicity allows us to appreciate the beauty and richness of life as it is without the pressure to constantly do more or have more. Space for peace, gratitude, and joy. The benefits of simplicity are profound, especially when it comes to our mental and emotional well-being. Buddhism encourages us to find happiness in the present moment by appreciating the small joys of life rather than chasing after elusive goals that never seem to satisfy. When we simplify our lives, we reduce the mental clutter that contributes to stress and anxiety, allowing ourselves to focus on what truly brings peace. In a world filled with distractions, simplifying enables us to connect more deeply with ourselves and others. We stop rushing through life and instead learn to savor each moment. Whether it's the warmth of a cup of tea, the sound of birds singing, or a quiet walk in nature, these small moments become sources of joy when we take the time to appreciate them. By focusing on simplicity, we stop overthinking and begin to live with more intention and mindfulness. Instead of worrying about the future or regretting the past, we immerse ourselves fully in the present, which leads to a deeper sense of fulfillment. Simplifying life to reduce stress. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. We juggle multiple responsibilities, keep up with endless tasks, and feel the constant pressure to be productive. This lifestyle leaves little room for relaxation or enjoyment, and soon it feels like we're running on empty. Buddhism teaches that the pursuit of external achievements, such as money status and material possessions, often leads to more suffering, not less. When we focus too much on these things, we become trapped in a cycle of desire and frustration. We feel that we need more to be happy, but in reality, it's the excess that drains our energy and peace. By simplifying our lives, we can break free from this cycle. This doesn't mean we have to give up everything we own or radically change our lifestyle. It simply means choosing to focus on what truly matters: meaningful relationships, personal growth, and the ability to be present. For example, consider decluttering your home. By letting go of items that no longer serve you or bring joy, you create space for clarity and peace. Your surroundings become less chaotic, and this mental and physical decluttering helps you stop overthinking and focus on what's truly important. Living simply allows you to stop trying to control everything. Living simply helps us stop trying to control every aspect of our lives. We no longer get caught up in the need to control outcomes, possessions, or the behaviors of others. Instead, we learn to just be. We release the constant effort to push and pull life into our desired shape and allow ourselves to accept things as they are. This shift leads to a deep sense of peace and contentment. Identifying parts of modern life that contribute to stress. Modern life often feels like a never-ending race. We constantly strive for more money, more success, more recognition, and this desire can easily overwhelm us. We compare ourselves to others, get caught up in social media, and feel pressured to keep up with trends. All of this adds to our mental clutter and makes it difficult to feel truly at peace. Buddhism encourages us to ask ourselves, what is truly important? By evaluating our lives and recognizing the things that drain our energy or cause us stress, we can begin to release those attachments. It's not about rejecting the world, but about choosing to live in a way that aligns with our inner peace and values. When we focus on simplicity, we free ourselves from the relentless pursuit of external validation and create room for joy and gratitude in our lives. Is it truly necessary for my happiness? Do we really need the latest gadgets, the biggest house, or the perfect social media profile? More often than not, the answer is no. When we simplify our lives, we eliminate distractions and focus on what truly matters: our health, our relationships, and our inner peace. By cutting out unnecessary obligations and possessions, we create space for the things that bring us joy and contentment. This simple approach helps us stop overthinking by bringing our attention back to the present and reducing the noise around us. Practical steps to simplify your life. Here are a few practical steps you can take to simplify your life and start living more fully in the present. 1. Declutter your space. Take a moment to assess your surroundings. Look around your home and ask yourself if each item adds value to your life. If it doesn't, consider letting it go. A clutter-free space often leads to a clearer mind and a greater sense of peace, helping you focus on what really matters. 2. Limit your commitments. Saying yes to everything can easily lead to overwhelm. Learn to say no to commitments that don't align with your values or priorities. By doing this, you'll create more space in your life for what truly matters, giving you the time and energy to focus on your well-being and relationships. 3. Focus on experiences, not things. Material possessions may bring temporary joy, but experiences create lasting memories. Rather than accumulating more things, focus on creating meaningful experiences with loved ones or engaging in activities that bring you peace. Whether it's a quiet walk in nature or a heart-to-heart conversation, these experiences nourish your soul. 4. Embrace slow living. Slow down and savor life's small moments. Whether it's taking a leisurely walk, reading a book, or enjoying a cup of tea, make time to truly experience the present moment. This practice shifts your focus from the rush of everyday life to the peace that comes from fully immersing yourself in the now. 5. Practice mindfulness. Be fully present in everything you do. Whether you're eating, walking, or having a conversation, give that moment your full attention. Mindfulness helps stop overthinking and brings peace to your mind, allowing you to experience life without distractions or worries about what comes next. Living simply brings true joy. Simplicity is about more than just decluttering your space or reducing your commitments. It's about finding joy in the everyday. By letting go of unnecessary distractions and focusing on what truly matters, we open ourselves to the true beauty of life. In this slower, more intentional pace, we discover greater peace and satisfaction. We stop overthinking and start living with purpose, gratitude, and contentment. Lai. Trust that everything changes. Now that we've explored how simplicity can bring peace and joy, let's turn our attention to another important lesson change. In the next section, we'll discuss how understanding the nature of change can bring comfort and ease, especially in difficult times. Part 5. Trust that everything changes. One of Buddhism's core teachings is the concept of impermanence, or anicca. It reminds us that everything in life, including our thoughts, feelings, and situations, is temporary. Understanding this truth can help us find comfort during times of hardship and uncertainty. When we realize that everything good or bad is fleeting, we can begin to let go of our attachments and embrace the flow of life with more ease. Reduce fear and anxiety. When we accept that everything changes, we stop worrying about what's coming next or holding on to past struggles. This understanding makes room for peace and helps us stop overthinking. The fear and anxiety that often fuel our overthinking begin to dissipate when we recognize that both joy and suffering are fleeting. You're the story of the glass of water and the pond. A beautiful Buddhist story illustrates the concept of impermanence. A young disciple went to his teacher feeling overwhelmed by his emotions. The teacher gave him a glass of water and added a pinch of salt, asking him to drink it. The boy complained that it was too salty. The teacher then dropped the same amount of salt into a large pond and told the boy to drink from it. After drinking, the boy said, "The water tastes fine." The teacher explained, "The salt hasn't changed, but the space it's in has. The more you expand your mind, the smaller the pain feels." This story teaches us that our struggles, like the salt, may feel overwhelming when we focus only on them. But by shifting our perspective and embracing the larger picture of life, we can reduce the emotional weight we carry. Recognizing impermanence to stop overthinking. Often, we get stuck in overthinking because we believe that difficult situations or emotions will last forever. However, the truth is that everything is temporary. Understanding impermanence helps us realize that both joy and suffering are fleeting. When we accept this, we reduce our fear and anxiety about the future and stop overthinking about what might happen next. For example, if you're facing a tough time at work or in your personal life, remind yourself that this challenge won't last forever. Over time, the situation will change. When we accept that life is in constant flux, it becomes easier to release the need to control outcomes and to stop overthinking. Real-life examples of change and relief. Life is full of challenges, but these challenges are never permanent. Consider the experience of grief. The pain of losing a loved one can feel overwhelming, but with time, the intensity of the sadness fades. By understanding that change is inevitable, we can allow ourselves to heal, knowing that our sorrow will lessen with time. Similarly, when facing setbacks, we might feel hopeless. However, remembering that nothing stays the same can help us face challenges with resilience. Just like seasons change, so do our difficulties. This understanding brings comfort and helps us stop overthinking about how long the pain will last. How to incorporate impermanence into your thinking. To stop overthinking, we need to make impermanence a part of our daily thinking. Here are a few ways to do that. 1. Shift your focus to the present. Instead of worrying about the future or dwelling on the past, focus on the here and now. Staying grounded in the present moment helps you stop overthinking and find peace. 2. Accept change. When facing a challenge, remind yourself that change is inevitable. Even difficult situations will transform over time. By accepting that change is a constant, we can ease our minds and stop overthinking about what may or may not happen in the future. Situations will eventually pass. Understanding that situations will eventually pass helps us feel less overwhelmed and more at ease. Life is in constant motion, and everything, whether good or bad, changes over time. This perspective allows us to stop clinging to negative experiences and open ourselves to the possibility of change and growth. By accepting this, we can ease the grip of overthinking and find peace in the present moment. Sako, embrace the flow of life. Life is constantly changing, and instead of resisting it, we can learn to flow with it. When we embrace the natural flow of life, we stop overthinking and allow ourselves to be carried along by the rhythms of existence. This mindset helps us stop fighting against life's challenges and start accepting them with grace. Life is not meant to be controlled, but experienced with awareness and acceptance. Understand that suffering is temporary. When facing difficulties, it's important to remember that suffering is temporary. Pain and hardship are just moments in time, and soon enough, things will shift. This understanding helps reduce anxiety and provides us with the strength to move forward. When we remember that challenges are fleeting, it becomes easier to endure them and find peace in the knowledge that they will pass. Embracing change for peace. Understanding that everything changes is one of the most powerful ways to stop overthinking. By embracing impermanence, we stop clinging to our fears and anxieties about the future. Instead, we can begin to live more freely, knowing that difficult moments are simply passing phases. This wisdom allows us to approach life with greater peace and resilience, accepting that change is part of the journey. Your thoughts come and go. They don't define who you are. In Buddhism, one of the core teachings is that our thoughts are not who we are. We often identify with our thoughts, believing they define us. For example, if we have negative thoughts, we may begin to think of ourselves as negative people. However, the truth is that thoughts are temporary, like clouds passing through the sky. They come and go, but they do not define us. By understanding this, we can stop overthinking and live with more clarity and peace. Thoughts are like clouds in the sky. Buddhism teaches us that thoughts are like clouds drifting across the sky. Some are light and fluffy, while others may be dark and stormy. But just like clouds, thoughts are always changing. They don't remain forever, and they don't define the sky. Similarly, our thoughts may come and go, but they don't define who we are. When we observe our thoughts without judgment, we can stop overthinking. We recognize that thoughts are temporary mental events, not permanent truths about ourselves. Recognizing we are not our thoughts. To stop overthinking, it is crucial to recognize that we are not our thoughts. Thoughts are like passing visitors. They come and go, but they don't define us. When a negative thought arises, ask yourself, is this thought true? By questioning the thought, instead of identifying with it, you create distance between yourself and the thought. This distance allows you to stop overthinking. By simply observing your thoughts without attaching to them, you become the observer of your thoughts, not the thoughts themselves. The ripples on the water metaphor. In Buddhism, the metaphor of ripples on water is often used to explain how our thoughts work. Just as a stone creates ripples in the water that eventually fade away, our thoughts create ripples in our minds that also eventually dissipate. By understanding that thoughts like ripples are transient and will fade, we can stop overthinking and regain mental clarity. Observing our thoughts as temporary ripples in the mind helps us stay centered and calm, regardless of the nature of the thoughts that arise. The ripple effect of thoughts. The ripple. Imagine you drop a stone into a calm pond. The ripples spread out, disturbing the stillness. Similarly, when we engage with a thought, we create ripples in our mind, making things more chaotic. However, just like the ripples in the pond eventually fade, our thoughts also pass. If we choose not to engage with the thought, the ripples will naturally dissipate, and the mind will return to its calm state. By observing our thoughts without attachment, we can stop overthinking and regain mental clarity. Practical steps to observe thoughts without attachment. Here are some simple exercises to help you observe your thoughts without engaging with them. 1. Mindful awareness. When a thought arises, simply observe it without judgment. Don't try to push it away or get wrapped up in it. Just notice it as it comes and goes. This awareness helps you stop overthinking by acknowledging the thought without reacting to it. 2. Labeling thoughts. As a thought appears, label it. It could be worry, fear, memory, or any other label that fits. This helps you detach from the thought and recognize it as a mental event, not an identity. By labeling your thoughts, you create distance between you and the thought itself. 3. Breathing through thoughts. When your mind is overwhelmed with thoughts, focus on your breath. Inhale slowly and exhale gently. This simple act helps you anchor yourself in the present moment, redirecting your attention away from mental clutter and reducing the tendency to overthink. 4. Creating mental space. Instead of reacting to every thought, allow some mental space. Imagine your thoughts are like clouds drifting across the sky. Let them pass by without clinging to them. By creating this mental space, you stop overthinking and allow your mind to clear, fostering clarity and peace. A. Building clarity and peace. To stop overthinking, we need to create mental space. When we're caught in a cycle of thoughts, our minds can become overwhelmed. By observing our thoughts without attachment, we create room for clarity and peace. We stop identifying with every passing thought, and instead, we begin to experience life more fully. This practice of non-attachment allows us to let go of mental chaos and return to a peaceful, clear mind. Part 7. Be mindful. Let your breath bring you back to peace. Mindfulness is one of the most effective ways to stop overthinking and find inner peace. At its core, mindfulness means being fully present in the moment without distraction or judgment. When we practice mindfulness, we stop letting our thoughts control us and instead we learn to observe them without attachment. A powerful tool for mindfulness is focusing on the breath. By bringing our attention to our breathing, we anchor ourselves in the present moment, calming our minds, even in chaotic situations. The breath serves as a constant reminder to return to peace, helping us center our minds and find balance. With each breath, we invite calmness, allowing the mind to settle and overthinking to dissipate. Mindfulness and breathing, a natural tool for calming the mind. Breathing is something we do naturally, but when we consciously focus on it, it becomes a powerful tool for calming our minds. Buddha taught that when the mind is calm, the breath is calm. By paying attention to our breath, we stop overthinking and return to a peaceful state of mind. Breathing is always available to us, whether we are sitting quietly or navigating through a busy day, and it helps us reconnect with the present moment. The more we practice mindful breathing, the easier it becomes to stop overthinking and find clarity even in challenging situations. The story of the monk and the cup of tea. A beautiful story from Buddhism illustrates the power of mindfulness. A young student went to his teacher and said, "Master, my mind is always racing. I can't stop thinking about everything." The teacher handed him a cup of tea and said, "Feel the warmth of the cup, smell the steam, and sip slowly." After a few moments, the teacher asked, "Where did your busy mind go?" The student replied, "I was just here with the tea." The teacher smiled and said, "That is mindfulness." This story teaches us that mindfulness is not about stopping our thoughts. It's about being fully present with whatever we're doing. When we focus on one task like drinking tea, we stop overthinking and experience the peace that comes from being in the present moment. Mindfulness doesn't require a quiet place or special conditions. It can be practiced anytime, anywhere, in any activity. How mindfulness helps in chaotic moments. Life often feels chaotic, with distractions pulling us in all directions. In these moments, it's easy to get caught in a spiral of overthinking. But mindfulness offers a way out. By focusing on our breath and returning to the present moment, we can stop overthinking and regain peace. When you feel overwhelmed, take a deep breath. Inhale slowly and exhale gently. As you breathe, bring your attention to the sensations of air moving in and out of your body. This simple act can help quiet your mind and bring you back to the present, no matter how chaotic life may seem. Simple ways to practice mindfulness daily. Mindfulness is not just for meditation. It can be practiced throughout your day. Here are some simple ways to incorporate mindfulness into your routine. 1. Mindful breathing. Pause throughout the day and take a few deep breaths. Focus on the sensation of the air entering and leaving your body. This can help stop overthinking and bring you back to the present moment. 2. Mindful eating. Instead of rushing through meals, take time to savor each bite. Pay attention to the taste, texture, and smell of your food. This practice helps you stay grounded and reduces distractions, allowing you to fully enjoy the experience. 3. Mindful walking. When walking, focus on each step. Feel the ground beneath your feet and notice the movement of your body. This simple practice can clear your mind and connect you to the present moment. By practicing mindfulness in these small ways, we can start to stop overthinking and experience greater peace in our daily lives. Prevent overthinking with mindful listening. Another powerful way to prevent overthinking is through mindful listening. When talking to someone, give them your full attention. Listen without interrupting or thinking about your response. This helps you connect more deeply with others and stay present in the conversation. By focusing solely on the speaker, you not only build stronger relationships, but also quiet your mind, freeing yourself from the cycle of overthinking. The benefits of daily mindfulness practice. The more you practice mindfulness, the easier it becomes to stop overthinking. Here are some of the benefits of incorporating mindfulness into your daily routine. 1. Reduces stress and anxiety. Mindfulness helps you focus on the present moment rather than worrying about the future or dwelling on the past. This shift reduces stress and anxiety, bringing a sense of calm and clarity. 2. Improves mental clarity. Regular mindfulness practice clears mental clutter and creates space for clearer thinking. With a calm and focused mind, you can make better decisions and solve problems more effectively. 3. Enhances emotional well-being. Mindfulness helps you observe your emotions without judgment. By acknowledging your feelings without getting attached to them, you can manage your emotions more effectively and respond to them in a healthier way. 4. Increases focus and productivity. By practicing mindfulness, you can focus on one task at a time. This enhances your productivity and performance while helping you stay calm under pressure, which makes it easier to handle stressful situations. Masenir. Iriri. Nedimi mais mindfulness fas, and how to stop overthinking. Mindfulness is a powerful way to stop overthinking. By focusing on your breath and being present, you break free from the endless cycle of worry and mental chatter. Mindfulness helps you observe your thoughts without engaging with them, reducing their control over your mind. Instead of getting caught in the flow of thoughts, you create space for peace and clarity. Embracing the present moment and letting go of the need to control everything. Now that we've learned how mindfulness and breathing can help stop overthinking, let's move on to the final practice, embracing the present moment and letting go of the need to control everything. In the next section, we'll explore how accepting the flow of life can bring lasting peace and joy. Conclusion. Today, we've explored several powerful teachings designed to help you stop overthinking and find lasting peace in your life. By focusing on the present moment, letting go of what we cannot control, embracing simplicity, and trusting that everything changes, we can begin to free ourselves from the constant noise of the mind. Each of these Buddhist teachings offers a way to break free from the cycle of worry and find clarity, joy, and fulfillment. But the key is to practice them patiently and consistently. The journey toward inner peace takes time, but every small step brings us closer to the peace we seek. Have you noticed how your mind feels a little calmer after reflecting on these teachings? What changes can you make in your daily life to stop overthinking and embrace the present? Ask yourself, how can you begin to incorporate mindfulness into your day to quiet the noise of your mind? The answers are within you, ready to guide you toward a more peaceful and fulfilling life. What can I simplify? What can I let go of today? As you begin to apply these teachings in your own life, remember that the process is gradual. It's not about perfection, but about progress. Each step, no matter how small, brings you closer to peace. When we live mindfully, paying attention to our breath, in the present moment we can break the cycle of overthinking. Each breath brings us back to peace, and every moment of mindfulness moves us closer to a calmer, clearer mind. Gratitude and reflection. I want to express my deepest gratitude to you for joining me on this journey. Your willingness to explore these teachings is a beautiful step toward greater peace. As you continue your practice, I encourage you to share your thoughts in the comments below. What resonated with you the most? What are you excited to try out in your life? Your insights could inspire others on their journey as well. Stay connected. Don't forget to subscribe to the Sun Mindfulness channel, where we will continue exploring these topics together. I hope you'll keep practicing these tools in your daily life to stop overthinking and embrace the flow of peace. I wish you health, happiness, and calm in every step you take. Remember, the power to stop overthinking and live a more peaceful life is within you. Embrace the journey and trust that every small change makes a difference. Final thoughts. May you always find peace, clarity, and joy as you continue on this path. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you.